Hello, it's the full moon in Sagittarius report. Before I go on with regard to that, I would like to ask a little bit of a favour. Beautiful, amazing souls, I've not been feeling all that well. I'd be so grateful if you did your prayers or whatever it is you believe in and sent me light and healing on my way. I'd be so grateful. The power of prayer, maybe anything that works for you. I think these things are far more strong in some ways when they come from an energetic vibration of light and when I don't know about them. I'd be really, really grateful if you could do that. Firstly for my elbow, which has been crazy. It's getting better, but it's crazy. And the rest of my body where I've not been that well would be really super, super fabulous. Just send me light, send me healing, send me whatever you're happy to send me. I'd be really, really grateful. So now, without me rambling on any further, let's get on with our full moon in Sagittarius report. So, unleashed vision. The full moon is Sagittarius and the wisdom of expansion. It's a beautiful full moon that we're having, and the tagline for it is your truth is rising, break the spell and follow the flame. We have our full moon in Sagittarius on the 11th of June 2025. It's at 20 degrees and 39 minutes. It will be at 3:43 a.m. Eastern Time and 8:43 a.m. UK time. If you live somewhere else in the globe, do check out when the moon will be for you. This lunation invites you to reclaim your vision, release limiting beliefs and chart a path towards embodied truth. Like whatever that is for you, what is truth for you? What does it mean? How does it come out? Opposing the sun in Gemini at the same degree point, the moon casts a spotlight on the stories we tell ourselves and which ones must end to make space for higher meaning. Did you see that little fairy there? The full moon in Sagittarius symbolizes the seeker, the philosopher, the wild wanderer of the zodiac. Ruled by Jupiter, the archetype calls us to pursue freedom, wisdom and authenticity. Under the Sagittarius full moon, illusions will unravel. Sagittarius likes to aim, point and go where it's going. It has a journey to take and it's calling you on that journey. The need for truth that aligns with the soul will arise like a wildfire through false narratives and any inherited belief systems that you may have absorbed during maybe your childhood. At 20 degrees and 39 minutes, the full moon opposes the sun exactly, exposing us to where we've been stuck in mental loops, overthinking or chasing stimulation without substance. Now's the time to drop any distractions, anything that's been distracting you, and tune in to a deeper calling, one that lights the way forward through faith and not facts alone. Because the thing with this moon is it's asking you to look deeper into what really lights you up, what really fans your flame. With Jupiter freshly in Cancer, our expansion becomes emotional and ancestral. I want you to think of what you need to heal in order to grow upwards to where you're meant to be going. We grow not by climbing higher, but by rooting deeper. I said higher and it was wrong. It was rooting deeper. It's on me. But yeah, we grow by rooting deeper into what feels nourishing and true. In essence, what the angels are saying is it's like we root deeper into energetic vibration while raising higher at the same time. We can't do one without the other. If we're not rooted deeply when we go up, we won't be anchored in, and that's where we can kind of fumble and crash in what we're doing, right? So let's check out the energies of this chart. So obviously the sun in Gemini is opposing the moon in Sagittarius at the same degree point. This axis actually reveals a clash between the data and wisdom, mind and spirit, because where I say data, it's like Gemini collects, it wants information, it wants to store things, it's curious, it's thinking. There's a lot of that going on, where Sagittarius actually synthesizes. So if you've been overanalyzing or under trusting, did you hear that? Overanalyzing or under trusting, your inner compass this lunation will nudge you towards coherence. Live what you believe. Get it? I want to say it to you again. If you've been overanalyzing or under trusting your inner compass, this lunation nudges you towards coherence. Live what you believe. Any of my clients here will know what we're talking about, all right, my lovelies, because there's something very clear for you here. Jupiter is at 0 degrees and 20 minutes of Cancer, early degree point, as I said, and it's conjunct the Mercury, which is at 4 degrees and 42 minutes. Our cosmic teacher Jupiter now dips into the intuitive Cancerian energy, and it forms a tight conjunction with Mercury in the same sign. Still carrying Gemini's breezy logic, this union blends intellect with intuition. Expect soulful insights, memory-laced messages, or downloads about your purpose, especially through family, dreams, or deeply emotional conversations. Mercury and Jupiter square Saturn. Mercury and Jupiter are square Saturn and Neptune. Saturn's at 1 degrees of Aries and Neptune's at 2 degrees of Aries. They're in the early points of Aries. The mental, emotional revelations aren't without challenge. Saturn square brings truths and tests. What is emotionally valid may not yet be structurally sound. Neptune kind of adds a sense of fog to this idealism that's been brought through on that Mercury wings, okay? This is a moment of dream big, but act grounded. This chart tells you a lot about this. Dreaming big, acting grounded, be solid, be anchored, that kind of thing, okay? Seek emotional clarity before you make any binding choices. I'm going to say it again. Seek emotional clarity before you make any binding choices, okay? So now we have Mars in Leo. It's at 26 degrees 39 minutes and it's sextile Jupiter, which is in Cancer. A motivating burst of expressive energy. This sextile encourages you to act boldly in the service of your heartfelt vision, that thing that comes through you, that thing you really want to have. What creative risk or leadership move are you finally ready to take? This energy is your cosmic yes. So just do it, you know, start to move yourself where you want to go, do what you want to go do. Rather than allowing yourself to stall, take the steps, make peace, do the things. Yeah. Then we've got Mars square Uranus in Taurus. Expect some volatility, some surprises, or need to break free from stifling routines. This square actually delivers a few shockwaves or to whatever you've been actually forcing or avoiding, right? So if you've been forcing something or avoiding something, you're going to get sort of, this has to happen, kind of like something out of nothing will come up to make you go and force yourself to go forward in that arena. Breakdowns might lead to breakthroughs, and they will lead to breakthroughs. Allow that to be the way you look at this. You might have to break something down. You might have to crash and burn in something in order to understand where it needs to go, especially around identity, money, and desire. They're big aspects here, okay? Then we've got Uranus, sextile Neptune, and Saturn. And also trine Pluto, right, at 3 degrees and 30 minutes of Aquarius. We are quietly building the new paradigm. The new world is quietly being created, brick by brick, stone by stone, thought by thought. So think good thoughts, think loving thoughts, think heartfelt thoughts, right? Because there's something birthing through each of us by the vision and the ideals and the views that we hold, right? So these harmonious angles between Uranus, Pluto, Saturn and Neptune whisper of collective upgrades. We are waking up. We're growing up. Humanity is evolving if it allows itself to. It's growing into a new space. Pay attention to flashes of inspiration or inner knowing around your role in the larger shift. This is future vision in action. You're being given some messengers about where you're meant to be, who you're going to be, and how you're going to do it. You know, the thing is, often I have clients coming to me, and when I work with people, one of the things people will say is, I want to do something big. Do you know how you do something big from something really small? That's how we do big things, because making loud noises doesn't always benefit. It sometimes inculcates or conditions, but if we do it gently, then there is maybe benefit drawn, because no one really knows why they're feeling that thing or doing that thing. They're just doing that thing. They don't feel drawn by something or pulled by something. They think it's their own inner workings, and that's kind of magical, right? So Venus in Taurus is at 5 degrees and 9 minutes, square Pluto in Aquarius. Heart meets your shadow. The square may stir up a deep relational truth, value conflict, or unconscious attachment patterns may come up. If love feels intense or money themes are emerging, don't resist the discomfort. It's showing you where your empowerment begins. It's showing you where you need to question, work out, change. It's showing you that messenger. It's asking you to shift. It's saying to you, do not stay where you are. Take the steps you need to take to clearly upgrade where you are and where you're going, right? Sorry. And we've got something new today. Now, I don't normally do quincunxes, but I've just kind of learned them. So I'm going to start bringing them in a little bit as I get more confident with them. But Mercury is quincunx Pluto. This brings a mental tension which meets a sort of soul depth. You may sense an unspoken truth or a hidden agenda within or around you. This is an invitation to transform the ways that you communicate. Less performative, more piercing. Be more in your truth, completely in your energetic vibration of truth. Right now, my lovelies, we are ready for the tarot for this full moon in Sagittarius. Right, I'm going to be using the Rider Waite Tarot deck, conceived by A. White and designed by Pamela Cornwall Smith. And what I do is I get us 2 cards for the full moon. So, oh, not those ones, sorry, those ones, the ones with the information came out. Right, we're going to get 2 moons to help us to understand what's been brought to us on the energy of this. So 2 cards, angels. Oh, 2 cards, angels, for the full moon in Sagittarius, please. Get another one. Oh, and we get, oh, that's 3 cards. Okay, so they want me to have 3. So we're going to have 3 today. It's a bit of a rarity, but it happens sometimes. So your first card is actually the 6 of Swords, and I feel that you've been on a long journey, but this Sagittarius full moon asks you to pick up your things, put them in your backpack, and start moving forward again. It asks you to reconsolidate. It asks you to see where things have held you back, where you've been not able to release into a new space, right? It asks you to move forward in grace, in truth, and in happiness. There's something interesting about this because it's like you don't need to be sad as you move forward. There's a little bit of sadness here, but there's also something purposeful about the movement. It's time that you shifted. It's time that you changed direction. It's time that you go. And then the other card you got was, well, you got 2 cards, but you got the Knight of Wands, which is moving forward, taking you into a new space. The Knight of Wands being, so the 6 of Wands is to release any pain points or pain or hurt that you've been holding on to. So release any pain that's actually been holding in your resonant frequency. And this is in a loving way, releasing something that really, you don't need to be holding it anymore, right? You can let it go. It doesn't need to be the thing anymore. And then you're in the Knight of Wands energy, you're moving forward, but this is in a communicative way. You're able to ask for what you need. You're able to draw information where you need it. You're able to understand things, and you can make further leaps where you couldn't before, right? You'll make bigger leaps in better ways. But let me just a moment. I just need to pause for 2 seconds. Sorry, my lovelies. Sorry, my computer lead was out and it was bleeping. It's like, so needed charging. So yeah, you're ready to take that journey. I'm going to be very honest with you, it isn't the easiest of journeys. That's what I'm getting when I look through this. This might be the easiest of journeys. But it's something you need to do. So for me, for example, I need to take my health journey, right? I've got to do it. I've got to take that health journey. I've got to take it by the helm. I've got to go for it. Whatever it brings through, I need to face up to it and deal with it. A lot of it for me is sticking my head in the sand. And what are you sticking your head in the sand about? This is what this is saying, right? And then the next card you've got an extra card today. You've got the 7 of Cups. Like, angels, why have you brought through the 7 of Cups for the full moon in Sagittarius? Because they're telling me to tell you that on the way, on this journey, you'll start to pick up the gold you've been trying to acclimatize and accumulate, where you've been stuck, but they're telling me you're not going to pick up this stuff until you move forward. They're saying at the moment what's happening is you're in a kind of stagnant space. And in that stagnant space, you're not really able to absorb these frequencies because you're not in the right energetic vibration. So there's a lot being brought to you. It's just you need to change your vibration and your energetic space in order to absorb it. It's interesting because what they're showing me is if you're it's almost like you're in the past and you're functioning from a past model, and they're asking me to say to you, you're not going to be able to do these two things, even move forward, without releasing that, so that you can take what they're trying to give you. There's almost a sense of that there's a hand coming down and there's money in it. And so we're trying to give you something, but you're over here, you're looking over here, you're in that past energy, and the vibration can't get quite to there because it's not the same vibration. So there's like a wall against it. And they want to bring that through to you as you move forward in this full moon in Sagittarius and beyond. They're telling me and beyond. So the key themes of the Sagittarius full moon is in what is this moon asking for you to do? It wants you to break free from any outdated beliefs that you may have, right? The full moon asks, are your beliefs really yours? Sagittarius teaches us that truth is a living thing. If you've outgrown old paradigms, religious, cultural or personal, this is your green light to let them go, okay? Also, you're being asked to trust your emotional truth as a compass. Jupiter and Mercury in Cancer, this isn't just about mental clarity. It's about emotional intelligence, very important. Wisdom may come in your dreams, memories or tears. Don't dismiss the depth of feeling as less valid than thought. The angels are saying to me to say that sometimes we ignore feelings, not recognizing they're actually information in their own self. So for example, for me, like I asked you guys to send me some healing and light because I'm not feeling well. It's exhausting me now. It's making me sad. And that ought to be a compass for me that I need to move forward, and I can't allow it to go on like it has done. That kind of thing, right? You're also being asked to expand with intention, not impulse, okay? So with Jupiter square Saturn and Neptune, it's easy to leap forward, a shiny new path, only to then feel lost or blocked. Instead of rushing into this change, align with a vision that feels both freeing and sustainable. So take gentle steps. Do something maybe that you wouldn't normally do because Jupiter can give you that energy, right? Yet know that it's going to be held in understanding and logic because there's a Saturnian energy there too, right? Then you might want to transmute and any tension into a sense of transformation. Venus, Pluto and Mars, Uranus are catalyzing inner revolution. If something feels like it's cracking, let it crack. These aspects will offer you liberation and growth, not pain, not from pain, but through pain. It might be worth you looking at the reading for Tuesday, I think. Tuesday in my Facebook group, the reading from the Wisdom of Oracle. The card talks a little bit to this. Also, you're being called to reclaim your direction. This Sagittarius moon is a cosmic course corrector. See, what I'm getting from the angels is many of you have veered slightly off course. I think I'm included in this. We've kind of veered slightly off course, and we need to course correct in order to have the life that we deserve and start to move back down the path where we're meant to be. It's almost like we're not in, actually I don't see us in that pathway. I see most of us kind of stuck. It's like we've got our bags and we're going, but I don't know. We just need to allow this full moon to correct us, okay? If you've been chasing someone else's version of success, now's the time to pivot towards soul-led purpose. Ask, where is my inner archer pointing me now? It's not necessarily that you are doing that, but what this energy is saying to you is time to course correct. It's time to go where you need to go, right? The full moon in Sagittarius is a threshold moment, one that asks you to claim your truth, trust your path, and walk your talk. No matter how uncertain or wild it may seem, let this moon liberate you from mental noise, call you back to inner truth, and set your course toward the life that's been waiting for your courage. My lovelies, if you have personal points or planets around 50 to 25 degrees of the mutable signs, so Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces, this lunation will light up your chart most powerfully. So you may feel it. You may also feel it if you have Sun, Moon or Ascendant in Sagittarius, because that can make it quite highlighted. The Moon can mess about with your energy when Sagittarius is in one of those areas. Okay, let's look at our release statements for this full moon. So you got a few of those, and I did a few for you because I thought it'd be a good idea. So here are the ones I want you to sort of journal into and release. So the first one is, I release the belief that I must shrink to stay safe. Let that land. Always take a deep breath in. I let go of distractions that disconnect me from my truth. Take another deep breath in. I no longer carry ancestral stories that suppress my vision. I release the illusion of control and surrender to authentic expansion. And your final release statement, I let go of who I was to become who I'm here to be. And I'm going to say that one again. I let go of who I was to become who I'm here to be. In fact, I'm going to say it one more time, because I think it's a strong one, the last one. I let go of who I was to become who I'm here to be. There you go, my lovelies. That is your full moon in Sagittarius report. Do give me a thumbs up if you got this far. That'd be beautiful and lovely, and I'd be appreciative of it. Do hit me up with a subscription if you're interested and intrigued and you want to see what else I have to offer. Have a beautiful full moon in Sagittarius. I am sending you so much love. Namaste, everyone. Take care. And have a beautiful full moon. And let me know in the comments if anything came up for you, anything interesting, or if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Sending you all so much love. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye. Take care. Bye.